Now, in the next step, I'm going to tell you what are events, okay? Correct? So once you copied your pixel, okay, let's understand what are events, okay? So after copying the pixel, you simply click continue here, okay? And then you are taken to the events section, okay? Now, you've pretty much understood the events thing from my Facebook training videos, right? Correct? So at least you know the theory of what events are, okay? Let's understand it live in a practical way on Facebook ads. Now, learn how Facebook tracks events. Now, what is an event? An event is any action on your website that can be tracked, such as when someone clicks a button or visits a page with Facebook pixel, okay? Now, what is an event? An event is any action on your website that can be tracked, okay? Such as when someone clicks a button. If someone clicks a button, you can track that action, okay? If you have installed the event on that button. Or visits a page. If someone visits a page, you can track that event, okay? With the Facebook pixel, you can identify the events that matter to you and give them categories such as add to basket or purchase, okay? That reflect a visitor's action. Why should I add events, okay? Now let's understand this. Now, by adding events, you enable Facebook to show ads to people who are likely to take a specific action, which we call a conversion, okay? That is what we are talking about, CPA. CPA is what? Cost per action, right?
Yes, sir.
It's likely to take a specific action, and we are doing CPA, cost per action, right? Or build a audience of people who triggered a specific event. You can also add parameters that pass unique information, such as the monetary value of a purchase, okay? Correct? Now, how do I add events? For each event you'd like to track, you'll need to place a snippet of code of your website. The code helps us recognize that someone has taken an action. There are two options for placing the code, okay? Now, this is how you place the code, okay? Like the event code. So for each event you'd like to track, what you need to do, you need to get that code and put it on your website, okay? So the two methods are track event on page load, when a person is taken to a new page as a result of their action, such as when an order confirmation page appears after completing a purchase, or track event on an inline action to track dynamic page elements such as buttons, okay? Now, buttons are dynamic page elements, okay? So if someone clicks a button, you can track that action, okay? Now, why should I add event parameters? Event parameters such as conversion value, okay, or currency allow you to get a better insight into ad parameters. Some parameters such as content IDs and content type are required to build a targeting audience for dynamic ads. Now, let's say if you add a conversion value, okay, and if a conversion happens, you can actually see that conversion within your Facebook Ads Manager in the analytical stats. Okay, so let's say 10 conversions happen and one conversion was worth $10, okay? And if you have put that event, you will be able to find out which ad brought that conversion, so that you can actually make that ad as your winning ad. Just like we saw how ClickMagick is helping on which keyword brought in a conversion. So in the same way, these events help you track which ad is performing better. Do you get the point now?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Are you able to connect the ClickMagick tracking that you just saw for Bing in my training video to this particular example easily now?
Yes, sir. Easy, sir.
Perfect. Okay, that's the reason I move my students from Bing to ClickMagick, so that it becomes easy for them to understand Facebook ads. Okay. Now, add the events you'd like to track. Now, let's understand the different kinds of events, okay? So the different kinds of events that you can add, okay, that you can track are purchase, lead, complete registration, add payment info, add to basket, add to wish list, initiate checkout, search, view content, okay? So let's say when you would be actually building a front end page, a landing page, and a thank you page, so you will put this lead event on where? Your thank you page. Okay,
Yes, sir.
correct. So to get started, obviously we would be using this lead event, okay, for our tracking purposes, okay, so that we can build custom audiences, we can build lookalike audiences, stuff like that. We're going to understand what custom audiences are and lookalike audiences are in a bit. So basically, this is your lead event, okay, and you simply if you see this track event when page loads, copy the event code snippet, you add the parameters to send additional on-page data. So you copy this code, okay, and you put that in your thank you page, okay. I'm going to show you how you can do that in our practical videos. So paste the lead event code. So place the event code of your form completion and the event code just below the head tag. This allows the event code to load along with the pixel code when the page loads, okay. So basically, test your lead event, okay. Now you can pretty much come and test your lead event from here, okay. I'm going to show you how you can do the test. Again, you can add other events, that is complete registration. So let's say you are signing up people on a certain webinar registration, okay, webinar call. So you can add that event on the webinar, so you know that this many people completed the registration, correct? Okay. You can add you can initiate a checkout, okay. Add to wish list. So some people sometimes sometimes we go to that eBay, right, or Amazon, and we click that wish list button, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Correct. So it triggers an event to the person, okay. So if you have added a wish list button, okay, let's say if you're doing e-commerce, and you add this event, so if someone adds a product to his wish list, you will be able to know who added it. Even if they did not buy it, you can still know that, right? Correct. So
Yes,
again, you can add it. So that's it. Let's say if you're selling a product, okay, if you're selling your own product, okay, you can add a purchase event, okay. So you add the purchase event after the person sells the product, buys the product, okay, from you, and then he's taken to the final thank you page after purchasing the product. So when you add this purchase event to that final thank you page, okay, so you can know how many people purchased your product from Facebook, okay, and find out which ad brought that sale. Are you getting the point here?
yes, sir.
Okay, so basically this is how you actually use the events, okay. Verify events using, so again, the last thing is you need to install this pixel helper, okay, in order to check the events, okay. So this is a nice helper, so let's click here and quickly install this pixel helper. Now you need to come and click download here, okay.
Okay, sir.
So you need to install this pixel on Chrome, okay, so that you are able to see that. Cool.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now what you do is you get to this pixel helper page, okay, and you open it in your Chrome and you click add to Chrome here, okay. So can you click add to Chrome there quickly? Yep, click that button. Okay, now click add extension. Click that button, add extension.
Okay, sir.
Perfect. Okay, so it has finally been added. You see, this is the pixel helper, this small icon, okay. Now when a pixel is installed, you will be able to see that pixel here, okay. So we are going to do a test in our later session, okay, on to test the pixels. Now this is where we finally finish our event manager subject, okay, on what events are.